So, hey guys, welcome to Darkseid 37, and today I'm going to be making a different video than I typically make. For those of you who don't know, when I actually made my channel, I initially meant for it to be like a discussion channel where I talk about shows and movies and stuff I liked. In fact, almost all my earlier videos are reactions of episodes or just things I genuinely want to talk about. But ultimately, along the way, I ended up kind of becoming a review channel, and yeah, I never really stopped doing that. And I still really like reviews. I definitely think it's the highlight of my channel. But for the most part, sometimes, every once in a while, I see something that I think is really cool, or at least really interesting, and I want to talk about it. So yeah, I might occasionally bring back these type of discussion videos. But anyways, today's video, which you probably know what it's going to be about by the title, is basically about Superman and Lois. Now, for those of you who haven't seen Superman and Lois, because I genuinely feel like there's a lot of people who don't watch Superman and Lois, or at least even know it exists, this show is Superman. It's literally the definition of Superman. Everything Superman was meant to be, everything Superman should be, this show gets it perfectly. And the CW shows have been hit and miss. I mean, some of them were really good, some of them were really bad, some of them were good, and then got bad, some of them were bad and got good. Superman and Lois, in my opinion, is one of those shows that really is just good. There is very few things wrong with this show, and I know, like most of the CW shows kind of start out kind of good and then got bad, but everything in this show works really well. It even has a more cinematic feel. But anyways, now that I've talked enough about what this show is, let's talk about what this video is actually about. So, some news broke recently that Chad L. Coleman would be playing the main antagonist of Season 3, the leader of Intergang, Bruno Mannheim. And honestly, I loved Chad L. Coleman in Arrow. He was Tobias Church on that show, and he was amazing. Like, he literally was one of the best parts of Season 5. And Season 5 was a really good season of Arrow. But basically, he included a picture of him and the character of Bruno, and also the character of Darkseid. That's right, the Darkseid from DC Comics, one of, if not the main antagonist of DC. And it definitely sparked a lot of interest. And he posted this on his official Instagram, and a lot of people were kind of curious about what this meant. Maybe Bruno is working for Darkseid. Well, somebody actually commented asking if he was going to be Darkseid, and he replied with yes. Now, mind you, this could just be something the actor's doing, trying to throw everybody off, and it's such a weird thing because, I mean, nobody has mentioned Darkseid. There's been no mention of Darkseid on this show, and obviously, being a CW show, it seems almost impossible that they could even have Darkseid. But then again, the fact that a Superman show exists on the CW is also kind of an impossibility of itself. Superman and Lois is kind of known for setting up mediocre antagonists and possibly having them be larger antagonists at the end of the season. We saw that first in Superman and Lois Season 1, where they had Captain Luthor, who was actually Steel, and then we had Morgan Edge, who was actually a Kryptonian as the main villain, and then in Season 2, we had the Bizarro, or Doomsday, and it's really Bizarro. So obviously, this could just be a trick that maybe it's nothing at all, or this could be their annual trick of making us think Bruno is going to be the main antagonist, and then in actuality, we're getting Darkseid. Whether or not Darkseid's going to be in the show is still kind of debatable. I mean, this is very confusing, but, I still feel like more people should give this show a chance. It really is, in my opinion, one of the best DC shows, and in my opinion, I think it's the best modern take on Superman, because it holds what the character is supposed to be true, while at the same time making it something new. It's not a retake on the whole character. And being the CW, I am kind of concerned, seeing how they're going to handle Darkseid. But, if it ends up happening, I mean, I think they could pull it off. If they, keep up the quality of the first two seasons. Like I said, it has a very cinematic feel. It does not feel like other CW shows or TV shows in general, and that's a very good thing. And Chad L. Coleman is such a good actor. They really, if all this is true, I mean, they really do have the perfect TV version of Darkseid. I mean, this is going to be amazing if it actually is what it all seems to be. And, regardless if it is or isn't, I'm still excited for the show. I'm still excited to see Chad in the show. I just think this is going to be really cool. And, I mean, obviously with Superman gaining that power boost last season too, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays into this conflict. And, yeah.